Welcome to SCP Secret Files. The demo came out very recently for the, what is it, the Steam Next Gen Fest? Something like that. There's a Steam sale and festival going on for indie developers to post their games, and there's a ton for me to go through. A lot of exciting things. One of them is an SCP game, and hopefully it'll run fine, because, I click on the settings, and it's just got language. So I'm going to doubt that they have frame rate limiters and all the other bells and whistles that I really would desperately want. And I hope my graphics card doesn't melt. But otherwise, we're going to try to get into it and see how it is. Hopefully it just runs fine. We'll see. I mean, if my computer can't run it, then most YouTubers probably can't. So we'll see how optimized it is. Like, I got a juicy... Wait, I don't remember launching Metal Gear Solid 5. Then the doctor comes in. You've been in the coma for 9 years.
The drugs seem to be taking effect. Go ahead and ask questions. I can't be certain how long she'll stay awake for.
You consider this awake?
Where's the black box, Sparrow?
Maybe even Wesker interrogating me.
Days ago, you were tasked with investigating the situation at Site-74, Pony Station. You were assigned
Pony
to
Station?
the black box. Now, out with it. Where is the black box?
Went in an elevator, apparently.
I brought it back. I brought the black box back.
Don't lie to us. You never brought it back.
No, that's impossible. I remember. I completed my assigned task. I swear.
I mean, if all you remember is an elevator, then, no.
All right, here now. This isn't an interrogation. We're not here to lay blame or point any fingers.
That's why you're hiding in the dark. This isn't an interrogation. We just got a light briefly shining at you, and we're hiding in the dark.
I'm terribly sorry to have to bother you in such a state, but it is critical that we find that black box. We need to know what happened at Pony Station.
Why is it called Pony Station, though?
Memory's a mess at the moment.
That's fine. We'll take it slowly, step by step. Why don't we start from the moment you received your mission? Tell us what you remember.
Interesting. So it'd be like a really story-heavy SCP game, apparently.
Currently heading to mission site Site-74, Pony Station. We'll arrive in about 3 minutes.
Very good, Sparrow. It's been 48 hours since the Foundation lost contact with Pony Station. SCP-701 experiments there have been ongoing. We have reason to suspect a containment breach.
Of course.
What is my mission?
According to Foundation Security Regulation 709S, each site must have a black box placed in a secure area to assist in identifying the cause of an accident, should one occur. Your task is to investigate the situation and retrieve the black box.
Black box? Got it. Okay, I've arrived.
Ooh. The mouse cursor sucks ass. I'm gonna have to say that. I think I think the developers are too used to programming with a controller in mind, because the left and right, what was it, x-axis? The x-axis on a mouse is slower than the y up and down axis. I fucking hate that so much. You don't often see that, but it's...
I'm able to observe the mission site from here,
That's-
but it doesn't seem like one of the Foundation's secure facilities.
Pony Station, officially known as Site-74, was originally a hydroelectric power station. After it was abandoned, the Foundation repurposed it as one of their sites. Initially, it was used only
I'll complete the task as instructed and retrieve the black box.
Otherwise, it is running smoothly, so it is optimized, but they really have to optimize mouse cursor movement. Oh god. Okay. Can't counter. Device capable of measuring the hums of an area and calculate the reality bending rate in real time. Cool. Reality anchor. Cool. A device... Is there like an army of bikers outside now? I want them to slowly crash and burn. A device capable of stabilizing the... I say hums or... I'm going to just pronounce it hums. Of surrounding areas, one of the best weapons for combating against reality bending and reducing the psychological damage in an area. And a Y blocker. 60 milliliter per injection. Inject this blocker to stop neurotransmitters from behaving erratically as a result of unavoidable reality bending. Photo of the objective. A Polaroid photo of a black cube. The objective of the mission. Collection 1 out of 3. But otherwise, the only other things I'd complain about right to the developer if they ever watched this video is 1, the mouse. 2, 3, make it so since you're using the Unreal Engine, turn off the VR, with Unreal Engine type projects, launching Unreal Engine games makes Steam VR launch. You gotta, like, disable VR enabled.
I just entered Pony Station.
You gotta do that, or it keeps launching Steam VR.
From the lab. Room 705. The elevator. 7th floor. Sparrow. Bust.
What's that? Bald Eagle. You're cutting out. Damn. This is
By the
out
way.
of the safe range. I'll place a reality anchor.
How? How? Okay.
Okay. Much better.
But otherwise, those are the only
Find that elevator.
feedbacks I'll give, and we'll just get to the game so I don't, obviously, spend so much time complaining. Oh. A mannequin tied to a very thin string. File 1 out of 7. Service regulations. All employees on duty shall not leave early or be absent. Employees who cannot be on duty due to special circumstances should report to the manager of each area early. When accessing confidential documents, the regulations and relevant regulations are to be followed. On-duty staff should blah blah blah. The spare key of room 101 is placed under the flower pot of the visitor center. Okay, under the flower pot of the visitor center. Visitor center. Ah, that is a coin. Well, let's presume we have to put it in a vending machine. Tyler Cooper's journal. Today I read Dr. George Thompson's research log for SCP. I don't even know who 701 is. I maybe should look it up. Could it be true? Has he really been performing comparison experiments on chimpanzees this whole time? What could he have planned? Does he not realize what he is up against? This whole thing is turning out to be an ungodly mess. It's now abundantly clear why the Foundation transferred him out of Pony Station, leaving me to take over his post. He is performing the experiment all wrong. Everything about it was in a completely wrong direction. SCP-701 holds great potential, I still believe that. I will have to adopt a new method of study, efficient, fast, direct. It all begins tomorrow.
Dr. Tyler Cooper. I've heard of this guy. A bit of an eccentric and a thrill seeker.
An eccentric, huh? Oh. Why do we have like a childhood playpen around here? Or is this like a pump station? It makes me think it's like the McDonald's Play Kids Center, but it's just a bunch of big pipes. Anyone else get that impression? You like to look at this, it's like the steps and the slidey tubes. But then you look at it, you're like, well, I mean, yeah, those are like massive metal pipes for transferring sewage or other kind of chemicals or water, you know. But no. First aid kit. Very nice. Like good assets, especially if a lot of these are uniquely made. Obviously very nice. Possibly with that quarter we gotta find. I don't know who put leaves on the fucking chair. Okay, so it's the visitor center. Just where we were at was not the visitor center. Aha! Here it is. This is the visitor center. Setting resource request form. I don't know what this even means.
All the plans, including the project schedule that follows, have been disrupted. They managed to procure a goddamn script from God knows where, and they've taken over my laboratory accordingly. And Dr. Cooper, whatever his name is, in particular, he puts on airs every time the operation starts as if everyone should listen to him.
I'm not sure who has the chipped shoulder. Is that reality bending? Not sure. Should I check over here? No. It's an interesting little observatory kind of area. Whatever these pumps would be for. Depending just how deep the laboratories are down below, too. Does this lead to the elevator? Oh. But for the most part, besides a few hiccups, I would say for something that is as largely made as this, it is pretty well optimized. And most of my experiences with Unreal Engine is usually pessimistic. So I will give credit with the amount of like unique details, assets, the visual fidelity. Like this in itself, like, and it's like running nice and smooth. I'm not sure how demanding it would be on people with like 970 cards, but for me, if it runs well, then I'd argue, well, hopefully it runs well for other people, but like, just look at that, that's very nice. Very nice. I just have to wait for the moment we actually meet the SCP, because any of these little jump scares like the painting falling or the mannequins not going to get me. Hello. Oh. They just vanish. Oh, gotta rub my nose. No, my finger gloves. These are actually very handy, mind you. Just makes it so it's like if your fingers ever get sweaty from intense gaming, then you don't have to worry about it going on your mouse, depending on the material your mouse is made out of. One of my mice, like, the finger sections...
This must be the elevator. To the 7th floor, then.
Used to be made out of, like, what feels like a little bit of, like, silicone or rubber, so, like, it would just feel absolutely horrible if you've had just one too many nights of, like, hardcore gaming.
The hanged king we served? I serve my king with my blood? Blissful suffocation? Sacrifice of sin? What's this? Some kind of poem?
Was that an SCP? Injection? Yep. E. Guess I'm holding E?
Holy shit. I'm very familiar with cognito hazards. I've been trained to deal with them. But this wasn't anything like that. I couldn't breathe. It was like there was a knot tied around my throat. I was weightless, hanging, gasping.
Oh, like the mannequins.
No matter how much I struggled, nothing helped.
That does sound terrifying. But perhaps it was just a nightmare, though.
Huh?
No. We wake up from nightmares. Not from this.
Kind of corny right there. Really corny lining. But, I mean, if you're an agent that works for SCP, what do you mean? Oh, yes, that weird anomaly is probably just a nightmare. Bro, do you know who you're working for? I don't even know who the agents are working for. But if you're working around in a universe with SCPs, you're trying to say a girl tells you a story, and they'll be like, Probably a nightmare. Fire that fucker. Sounds like a fucking moron.
It's even lower than before.
I don't think any agent that works around SCPs or has knowledge of SCPs would ever treat any form of strange, a strange situation and just like, it's just probably a dream. It's just a nightmare. That kind of line just doesn't make sense in this kind of universe. It'd be like anything and everything that's strange, you'd have probably people and doctors and scientists be like, write that down! Write that down! What's that? You farted weirdly? Write that down. You're saying your turds were excessively bloody today. Could be an SCP, but which one? Is it 639 or 2391? Who knows? That's what I'd expect out of scientists who are like knee-deep in SCP logic. They would just know. And not treat anything... What? Oh, okay. I was like, should I run? No. I'm curious about what SCPs causes the mannequins. I'm guessing, is it 701? Incomplete script. Duke, Sortino, the chains of fate coil like a poisonous snake. It is not only me they seek to entangle, but also you, Gonzalo the curse. Just a rehearsal script. You're a mannequin, you're not scary. The bunny mask from... Made me think of Dead by Daylight. Just a regular rabbit. Or rabbit mask, mind you. My king. Wait, so like... As long as they're not doing Alice in Wonderland references. Lord of... Alagata? I'm gonna have to possibly look up because the mannequins, I'm not sure if it's just...
Cognito hazard. Could it have something to do with SCP-701? The situation here is much more serious than I expected.
Do I keep going? I'm really wanting to check out 701 though. Just give me 1 second. Ah, that makes sense. SCP-701. The Hanged King's Tragedy. Okay. Well, without spoiling myself too much now, but I mean, the people would have, like, people that are obsessed with SCP lore just would know this off by heart kind of thing, so I don't think me reading this would really mess with me. That's how to contain. The SCP-701, The Hanged King's Tragedy, is a Caroline-era revenge tragedy in 5 acts. Performances of the play are associated with the sudden psychotic and suicidal behavior among both observers and participants, as well as the manifestations of a mysterious figure. Classified as SCP-701-1. Historical estimates place the number of lives claimed by the play at between possibly 5 digits long and 5 digits long. And let's say 10,000 to 99,000. Over the past 300 years, performance of the Hanged King's Tragedy do not always end with an outbreak. Of the 2-digit recorded performances, only something of 36% have ended in his events. 1 to 2 weeks. Rehearsal. Outbreak. So he's a humanoid Euclid mimetic mind-affecting performance, SCP Heritage. Alligata. What does Alligata mean? Reality bending, I guess? I'm gonna have to look up what Alligata means now. Okay, evildoer? Villains fandom wikia? The ambassador of Alligata, designated by the SCP Foundation as both SCP-701 and SCP-2264-4, is a powerful cosmic entity who serves the Hanged King as a mobile agent and servant. What do they look like? The true origin is currently unknown. The theology of a snake. Mysterious figure originating from outside. I wonder if any of those agents are going to be working for them then. Maybe this is possibly spoiling me. Who knows? Anyways, let's get back to it. Little subtitle, ugh. Let's see. Dear Miss Erin Maple, recently Lisa Amanda, the former assistant of Dr. Tyler Cooper, violated the Article 5, Item 3 of the experimental protocol and refused to execute the assigned tasks on the experiment by Dr. Cooper, resulting in experiment delay. According to the emergency plan, she has been demoted and removed from the site after being injected with Class A anesthetics on the 16th. Now, by the order of Dr. Cooper, we have decided to promote you to the senior assistant of this experiment to assist Dr. Cooper to promote the work of development at Pony Station. Your interview and authorization session will be held today at 1:30 p.m. in room 711. Please prepare yourself ahead. Okay. So someone got kicked off. I'm going to assume just these are the staff. This is what you turn into. Some of them are practicing their play, I guess. I'm not sure to the exact extent. Also, why the fuck is there a red what? Red October? Red communist propaganda. Red Zed? I don't know what that's about, man. But all commies need to die, man. Oh. Ah, handle. Rehearsal scripts. How curtsy of him. So we need to find a crank. Nice fan.
It's all very unusual these days. Many people have come to the site, but they haven't registered with authorities. I've heard that Cooper and his team are posing the script into a play, and that all participants are required to record their daily status.
I remember that orb.
My experiment has to be put on hold because there's no one left to work on it. It's not right. I'll write an email to the minister and inform him of the malpractice going on here. Who's there?
Who's there? Alright, we got the crank. I'm just gonna presume that once you're part of the play, you're basically screwed, and contamination or the spread or the pandemic that it causes, everyone turns into mannequins. And I guess the one in the locker at the start that hung themselves was just them trying to kill themselves before they turned too far. Maybe they were successful, who knows. On December 19th, local time, a mass redacted incident involving several students in the auditorium of Princeester High School took place. The incident escalated into a violent riot, with fighting on a mass scale. The incident reportedly took place in an auditorium, while redacted, as well as participants, were in the process of redacted. This triggered the audience to attack each other, resulting in 13 deaths and 27 injuries. The cause of the incident is unknown.
So many files. This must be the archive room.
I mean, I'd almost say that's a no-brainer, but I don't know. You're asking me for mouse rotations, but oh, really? I mean, I guess it sort of works. But yeah, just the left and right, though, with the mouse cursor is still shit, though. Okay. Ah, wait. I moved it too far anyways. I need just to move it to the vent. God damn it. I'm gonna skip ahead. It's gonna take a while. Oh, wait, never mind. I just have to put it there and that's it? Oh. Sure! But if I want to return, then, yeah, just move it there. At first, most of the on-site, As SCP-701 documents to a few volunteers, they became widely circulated, and the number of people coming to sign up suddenly increased. It's rather curious how it happened, and I haven't quite figured out the reason behind it yet. But it's welcome news. I'll take it as a good omen. Oh, Tyler Cooper's journal. But after distributing some of SCP-701's documents... now I've managed to mobilize the entire station to participate, every single person. Did Tyler Cooper basically
is
Oh,
this
so
SCP-701?
Cooper is the Abagon or whatever that I was reading up on. The agent that assists the Hanged Man or whatever. It's all coming together. It makes the most sense. Like, the Cooper dude is definitely a sabotager. You got everyone infected by handing them notes.
Finally, luck is on my side. This ought to get me to the 7th floor.
7th floor, let's go down! I'm curious. Rehearsal notice. The Hanged King's tragedy. I sacrificed everything. Rehearsal notes. Like, what would that have to do with an
Rehearsal notice?
Huh. What would that have to do with being, like, a scientist? Or whatever the hell they... What's that floor? Are we going down? Should I go up then? What? Maybe it's just fucking with my mind.
What's going on here?
Yeah, I was about to say.
4th floor again? The way out of here might have something to do with these clocks.
Ding. It's a ding. I'll stop there. I don't like having to rotate my mouse so fucking much, though. Weird puzzle, though. Well, let's hope that was the right one.
What the hell is going on here? 4th floor again?
Clock Enigma challenge. Finally, I just rotated it fully on that one. I don't 100% get it, but whatever. I just rotated it all the way around, even though I had lined them up to when they all went ding ding. Whatever. Another one.
Never seen such a low value. The situation might be even worse than it feels.
Didn't she already say that? Oops. Did I step on a rat?
What is that smell? When was the last time I cleaned this place?
Weird. I'll take that.
That voice again.
Voice. What voice? What voice?
I serve my king with my blood. Blissful
Mhm.
subjugation to
Tell us what it's saying.
sacrifice of sin. No.
Is that what happened
Feeling better now.
in the hospital while she was explaining the story, or is that what happened when she reached that part in her story?
Suffocation. Like a rope. Looped around my neck. Pulling tight. Weightless. Hanging. Nothing around
Shouldn't
me.
these people just know that it's at 701 fucking with her?
Struggling.
Maybe I'm just out of the loop. I'm not a SCP huge like info buff on this series.
You are completely safe here. Nothing can hurt you. Okay, let's continue.
I could imagine.
Situation there was much worse than expected. Much worse. I knew I had to get in touch with the Foundation. I managed to find a phone, and I called her back up.
Huh. I'm confused by the.
This is Sparrow, 09868, for Bald Eagle. I'm at Pony Station on the 7th floor. The situation here is much worse than expected. I need backup.
Bella, are you sure this is actually what happened?
What do you mean? Yes, of course I'm sure.
Come on, Bella. Try and focus.
What are you talking about?
You're just in the sewers.
You
course I... What?
Pony Station was completely cut off. There was no contact with the outside world whatsoever. A phone call? That would have been impossible.
No, but I saw...
What did you see, Bella? Tell us what you saw.
Is that supposed to be 701? Press E. Yeah. Alright. Cardboard boxes, oh no! E. Oh. Quick time events, man. Jesus Christ. I haven't seen quick time events since like PlayStation 3 thing games. Like God of War.
Never said anything about that.
But I'm so confused though. Like, it could just completely be because I'm ignorant on SCP stuff, and I'm just like saying embarrassing things that people could back up. But it's like, wasn't she just educated on the site that, like, the hangman? Don't these people know about 701? There shouldn't it just be like common knowledge? Like, hey, this SCP looks like this, and they do this, and if you're infected, like that, shouldn't they just know everything? But why is everyone acting so unsure? Or like, I'm so confused by the lack of awareness in these people that are investigating. Are these like people that just aren't in the knowledge of what happens in here? Are they sabotagers? I'm not sure. Maybe if I'm just thinking of the wrong sides. I'd assume that they should be educated on it, or just maybe the agents are, and they're just trying to bullshit this character. I don't know. Maybe a bit too much for me to read there. Gotta look for electricity. I need to crawl under that. It's kind of strange that they're saying, how could this situation be worse than you'd imagine? You're sent to a place where all electricity is cut off, that they say there's a black box because there's an emergency situation, and to retrieve it, but everyone's being like, oh, it's worse than I thought, constantly. It's
The show. Everyone went crazy. Some hacked themselves. Some killed each other like beasts. That damn evil white monster. This was all destined to happen. Red script. Everything that happened here is all Cooper's fault. It's their fault.
Mm-hmm.
This will be the last recording from the experiment. The hydro power plant was shut down forever. And no doubt my experiment also. What's going on? What's going on? Ah!
What? Anyways, Cooper Juno, 701 scripts have been out for a week now, and the participants had a minor rehearsal, but one thing continues to baffle me: they always seem to recite the wrong lines, every single person. It's almost like it's orchestrated, and when I try to correct them, they become defensive, insisting that they read the correct line. But other than that minor hiccup, everything else went well. I'm very much looking forward to the first full rehearsal. I'll bear witness the potential of SCP-701, and my name will be synonymous with it. Tyler Cooper, the genius behind the experiment, who managed to tap its endless potential. I don't know. I'm still lost at the whole...
Play? What is up with this SCP-701 experiment?
I don't know, so try to look up again. I'm just... Is this maybe maybe the developers are trying to... A rehearsal script? You know what? I'm gonna actually check the game store page. Maybe they tell me, and that's me being dumb. I'll double check the store page. So let's see. They say it's a collection of paranormal cases from the SCP Foundation, organization tasked with containing dangerous anomalies. You join as an assistant researcher and complete a strenuous induction program that'll make you question everything you know. What if you're told there's another side of this world? It doesn't explain. Your role, rookie researcher Carl. New employee assigned to help organize some of the top secret files. However, something inexplicable happens while he's browsing the archives. Carl's perception. Who the fuck is Carl? I'm guessing it's like the demo character's a female and wouldn't be the same... What the hell is that? Interactive fiction. SCP Secret Files offers a diverse range of gameplay experiences. Investigate a mysterious hydroelectric power plant, immerse yourself in uplifting fable, or delve into a bizarre retro-inspired world. Jesus. Alright, well it doesn't explain then why everyone's acting so ignorant about it. Because again, like, you maybe could think, well, what if it's the first time an SCP attacked, but there's all these files and shit. And all the SCP logs of the history of 701 that I briefly looked at implied that, you know, the SCP Foundation for many, many years should have known about what it can do, how to contain it. I can't imagine this being like a prequel story, but maybe I'm just completely wrong. It's like, why is just everyone acting like they just don't know how 701 operates? It's very strange to me. Uh, 701 schedule. In order to prevent the spread of classified information, all video surveillance devices have been has been removed. What? That makes what? And all external signal transmissions have been blocked. We'll keep this site. The center is a system. We'll keep the site under closed management until the end of the study. Currently, we're hiring more experimental subjects. If you're willing to join, please fill it. So, I don't know, they just basically locked it down and basically turned the place into an entire experiment. And it's fine, well enough, but I'm confused about the agents and the other people just like sort of not just being in the know. It's kind of weird to me. Put the power back on though. Nice. Useful. Lord. Oh, looks like he failed. Oh, hell yeah. That's what they get. Please wear protective clothing correctly. Rehearsal script. I don't care about the script. Me picking it up is already a bad sign, probably. Security card? I just can't pick up, or just can't pick up now. Wait, I swear you fell. You fall.
Why does it look like they're all going to the same place?
No, I can't get in there? Aw. Not yet, I guess. Or need to turn on power around here? Yeah, it's just more up there. I like there's like a fire exit sign pointing this way, and then you look this way, and there's like no fucking doors. What kind of fire exit, man? What are we talking about here? Fire exit? There's no doors! The game is lying to me. I also don't know where to go now. Oh wait, this button. Fuck me, I didn't see that button to open the door. Oh. Nice stage play.
The black box.
Oh, black box, how convenient. It's conveniently placed there, huh? Incomplete script. Well, picking it up probably will cause problems. The Pony Station black box, which records important data. For whatever reason, it's just on a fancy mahogany table.
Before we really know what's behind this containment breach, Pony Station will have to be locked down. That much is for certain.
It's already locked down, basically. I don't know what you're talking about. The notes are basically saying that they went into lockdown. I mean, they went in radio silence and everything, man. And everyone's dead. So... Unless they mean more quarantine, but that's probably impossible. Hello. Ah, the elevator. Just going deeper and deeper, but I guess it just depends on which of these memories are just false memories at this rate. I guess it depends if the agents cut her off or not. Oh, so wait, we're going up? I thought we're going down deeper. It's way too convenient to pick up a box that's just sitting there.
Bella, we really need you to tell us the truth here.
What do you mean? I'm telling you the truth. I completed my task. I retrieved the black box from Pony Station.
Looks like the cognito hazards really did a number on her.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
Shouldn't that be obvious since she is in a hospital?
No black box in sight when we found you.
That's impossible. I'm positive. I know I had it in the escape elevator.
And there is no escape elevator in Pony Station. None of what you're saying adds up.
That's impossible. It's just impossible.
Look at me, Bella.
But it's impossible. You're dealing with the SCPs here.
What really happened?
Just tell her, hey, things might be weird. Think it over, man. Your memories are probably fucked.
Bella, think carefully.
If you have fake memories, I mean, what else can you fucking do? We're back here. Alright. What really happened? Well, I highly doubt there's gonna be a black fucking box on a goddamn stage, man. It's like every jet airline has a black box too that records everything. The finest one. Is it like a shared hive mind when you become a mannequin? Like, trying to imply I'm both the observer and the king and everyone else? Possibly.
Fuck. Not again.
Well. I don't think I can get away from him. Oh, this way. No. Ladder. No. What? What? Okay, avoid him enough times and then the door opens. Weird.
So SCP-701 is a script. One performance and now all of Pony Station is ruined.
Yeah.
Dr. Cooper, what have you done?
I mean, I thought that was obvious. Again, I'm not sure about the whole prerequisites here, but... Handmade doll. Well-made crafted doll. The label reads SCP-049. Very cute. Hey, we've got all the collections. Cool. Like, why isn't information of 701 just obvious and known to everyone? I need that kind of, like, background story for me to be like... Because most people that play SCP games, I'd assume, you know, just know a lot. And not a lot of people playing this game completely ignorant about everything. So I'm coming into this thinking, okay, well, I assume people in the universe just know everything. Like, the scientists and the agents should know.
Where are they heading?
That inconsistency is really throwing me for a loop.
Where have all those volunteers gone?
She's fucking dumb as fuck, man. Jesus Christ. Where are the volunteers? Who knows? They're just gone. We can't add two together. I don't know. But leave in the comments if I'm just being a complete ass and I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't mind. I feel like it's possible. But it's just very, very bizarre to me. How people are how the characters are reacting to the world. I'd be like, oh, there's so many mannequins. Man, that's probably the people that... And SCP's, like, 701? Okay, well, if I'm entering this facility and he's in here, what the fuck is his powers? What can he do? How do you contain him? Is he loose? What's the possibility of it being loose? What's the sign or symptoms if he is loose? And what to avoid?
Ending of their performance.
Yeah.
SCP-701. The Hanged King's Tragedy.
Hanged? Is that even a word? There's a news for us. Excellent. It just feels like people's realization in this universe are incredibly slow.
I serve my Who's there? With my
What? What? I held E and then it died? Wait, did I stab out the syringe or what happened? I didn't witness it. What?
Her condition is unstable. I've just injected her with a sedative. You'll need to let her rest for a while.
Thanks, Doctor. Well, let's go then.
What? We haven't found the black box yet.
You still don't get it, do you?
Get what? What do you mean?
A black box is merely a vehicle for recording the truth. But a black box isn't always a black box.
You mean...
That's right. She is now the black box.
Eh?
Got time for a cold one? Because our work here is done.
I mean, why did he need to ask us questions if he could have just theorized that from the beginning? How does one become a black box?
I serve my king with my blood. Blissful suffocation. Sacrifice of sin.
Alright, but yeah, let me know in the comments below. I need you guys' help to letting me know why. Like, there's a lot more people out there that are definitely, like I'm the kind of person, if I were to explain, I know of the basic lore of SCP Containment Breach, and I know the gist of, like, those who oppose, like, the units that attack or try to invade an SCP Containment Breach, like the Fox unit that's in the SCP Containment Breach. I'm trying to remember all the names now. What is it? There's the Fox unit, I can't even remember the unit that attacks and tries to sabotage. Oh well, not important. But in this game, let me know what's going on. Like, try to elaborate. Either tell me what I'm wrong about, or elaborate on why what's happening makes sense, or if you agree with me that things are weird and inconsistent, because I'm deeply confused. It looks nice. Like, let's throw them some positives out there, because I feel like I've been complaining the entire episode. The graphics are very nice. The pacing is nice. The presentation of the world is nice, I would argue. I just don't like the QuickTime events. Like, that shit's just fucking last gen. Like, we're going on PlayStation 5, generation consoles, and QuickTime events was shit that was popular on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, with God of War 1 and 2, and then somewhat God of War 3, but that's where it died. So why are we getting QuickTime events in PC games in the modern year? I don't know. That's kind of dumb. Second of all, what is her character and what is her job and why is her information so fucking lackluster? Why are we being thrown into a very important situation, working like closely with agents who I don't know who they work for? I don't know if they work for some SCP unit of some sort. I don't know. And I mean, it's left vague probably on purpose, but why the fuck would... Like, we're not D-class, so it's like if we're working for them and they're telling us to retrieve a black box, wouldn't we be privy to being given information that would not make us so fucking goddamn ignorant? And it really confuses me. So if any of you guys like know, it's like, oh well, no, Neco, this game is about the prequel and just not as much information was known. Just let me know, educate me for the love of God, please, because I want to know if I'm being an ass and it's like very undeserved. Please let me know, because otherwise I'm just like, what? This doesn't make sense, and I can't contemplate on why it should make sense because I'm not a huge SCP buff. But otherwise, I hope the game does get polished and, improves, and I hope the developers at least have fun, because let's go back to the store page, hang on. Because they're saying, like, that they want multiple things, and it's kind of interesting, like, it's interesting at the very least. We can only tell, like, how interesting these games will be. It almost looks like a game jam bundle by different developers, perhaps. I don't, like, a interactive fiction with a truck, horror and puzzle, which is what we just played. Interactive picture book, which looks like could be interesting. Retro adventure, your D-class, clearly. A really, really fat D-class. And, I don't know, maybe at the end of it, it'll be a really interesting package for the fans. But for now, I'm just really confused. So if you guys could educate me so I won't be so ignorant, or unless I'm just completely right and my complaints are valid, I'd like you to let me know. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did or didn't, if you did, please leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. It lets me know at the very least if people are like, no, Neco, you complain too much, shut the fuck up. Let me know. I'm fine. You can let me know. Just, use constructive criticism. Otherwise, I hope you did enjoy, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, become a full subscriber, hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching, and until the next time.